Sometimes the world is ruthless, but sometimes there's still light. She came out of the water like a bad cancer, kept on growing through every frightened dream. Darkness hanging from her shoulders, like she carried every wound I'd ever seen. Outside the city moved like nothing happened, people laughing underneath the afternoon. But inside our little broken apartment, everything was ending far too soon. And sometimes the world is ruthless and sinister, cold enough to turn the heart to stone. But sometimes in all that human darkness, a small light survives on its own. I cried for a few moments by the kitchen table, then punched the wood until my hands went numb. Thought maybe pain could straighten out the madness, thought maybe rage could make the future come. But the room stayed silent, nothing changed at all, just the sound of breathing against the apartment wall. How do you save a life when the world keeps pulling it apart? How do you stop the flood when it's already reached the heart? And all we really are is fragile blood and borrowed time, trying to hold each other together before goodbye arrives. Before goodbye, before goodbye. 12 red buds lived out of the 300 planted. Somewhere growth just disappears. Saturday afternoons keep teaching how quickly life can vanish here. I walk through rows of empty branches, touch the soil like it might explain why some things bloom for generations while others barely know their name. And her hand shook when she tried to speak. Everything else stayed calm somehow. That's how I knew this time was different, that we were standing at the edge now. Because grief doesn't always scream loudly, sometimes it barely makes a sound. Sometimes it lives inside trembling fingers while the whole world keeps spinning round. How do you save a life when the fear becomes the air? How do you hold somebody close when disappearing's everywhere? And all we really are is memory trying to survive, trying to leave some proof behind that we were once alive. Once alive, still alive. Once alive. The gun went back into the drawer slowly, like surrender after years of war. Then we held each other in the silence, one last hug before another closed door. No speeches, no dramatic final words, just two exhausted human beings trying not to completely break apart. And outside the rain kept falling softly, traffic lights bleeding through the night, while somewhere far away another family was probably losing Nobody prepares you for how ordinary heartbreak looks. There are no orchestras, no perfect final conversations. Just tired people standing in kitchens, holding each other together for one more hour,
one more minute,
one more breath.
one more breath.
And maybe love isn't saving someone.
Maybe
sometimes love is simply refusing to leave while the darkness passes through. Oh, how do you face the night without losing who you are? How do you carry on after carrying pain this far? But somewhere in the sorrow, some small